Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. On this occasion, we are from Group 1 will present an article on education with the title English Activities in Japanese Public Elementary School, an observation study. The first one is the introduction and then research background. The third is research purposes, and the last research question. So from the 2002, English became a part of the curriculum of elementary schools in Japan since the exception since the inception of the new Japanese Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology, or MEXT curriculum guidelines. Elementary school throughout Japan have been struggling to cope with how to implement this new curriculum. The new curriculum guidelines include class time for the period of integrated studies, within which English activities can be conducted. Many schools have opted to use the period of integrated study English activity or EA. Few studies have presented objective research data collection on what is actually occurring in English activities classes. Most the research reported on EA in public elementary school uses of subjective data as reported on questionnaires or through interview. Our research has looked at the difficulties elementary school and their teacher face in implementing EA and suggested solution. However, unless we know what a teacher are actually doing in the EA classes, it is not enough to ask teacher for their idea about their classes through interview or the questionnaires. But it is necessary to observe what they actually do in relation to their beliefs about teaching English. And the purposes of the research is this descriptive study report on what the actually happening in the English activity classes in the Japanese public elementary school as the initial stage of the large-scale MEXT. Through analysis of observational data, we demonstrate how to MEXT curriculum is implemented in Japanese public elementaries.
We first collected data from 3 elementary schools in the central area of Japan. The schools were randomly selected and lessons were audio and video recorded. During the lesson, both researchers took observational notes before and after the lesson. We conducted interviews with the principals, homeroom teachers who actually taught the lesson, and curriculum coordinator. Furthermore, material in the form of yearly curriculum plans and individual lesson plans were collected. The entire lesson of each class was transcribed using the Jefferson transcription convention. For the analysis of the classroom data, both researchers rapidly examined the transcript while viewing the video recordings. Result and discussion. Analysis of the ethnographical data. The English activity classes in Japanese elementary school vary in terms of who teaches the class and how often the classes are held. One class we observed was taught only by the Japanese homeroom teacher, while the other two classes were taught by visit teacher who became the main teacher, while the homeroom teacher took on the role of assistant language teacher. The two visiting teachers spoke English as a first language. Some Japanese elementary schools do not hold English activity class. Of the three schools we observed, one school held 8 class per year and the other two hold 20 English activity classes per year. In all three schools, the yearly syllabus was coordinated by one of the full-time Japanese teachers. However, the individual teacher decided on how the syllabus would be carried out in each lesson. In the case of the one Japanese homeroom teacher who actually taught the class at the syllabus was narrowly designed so as to give her greater support in teaching technique which since she did not have specific training in teaching second language, whereas the two visiting teachers had such training and therefore had more leeway in their choice of teaching techniques.
Hello, I'm Faiz from Group 1 and now I will explain about conclusion. In the conclusion, the analysis of the data demonstrates that although there has been a lot of critics of the Japanese Ministry of Education for not providing enough structure in the curriculum of enough teacher training. The curriculum is being successfully implemented in Japanese public elementary school in that English activities are actively engaging the student in the English learning tasks. This was found in the active participation of students, the extensive use of choral and voluntary repetition, and the application of total physical response teaching method. Although once mentioned to the extensive choral repetition in the class might be a call for greater communicative use of English. We should remember that this repetition is an important part of English learning for children as they play with the sounds and pattern of the language in order to break the code. Maybe enough from us. Sorry if the delivery may be a mistake said. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.